Hi everybody, it's Katie from Goblin Co. back with another episode of my vlog. And today I thought I would talk a little bit more about Dungeon Breakout and our upcoming Kickstarter for that project. It is coming right up on us, so I wanted to give you guys a few more of the things that we've decided and some things that we're still not quite sure about. Once again, I really appreciate all the feedback you guys have given me on my previous videos on this topic. It's really gone a long way towards shaping what our campaign is going to be like. I really love the feedback, so once again, if you like what I'm talking about, if you've got a cool idea for a different way we could do things or a suggestion, please drop me a comment down below. I'm all ears, okay? First up, when is the Kickstarter going to be? We believe and we are targeting a launch date of March 24th. That is actually 2 weeks from today. And if everything goes according to plan, we are going to launch on that date. The reason why I'm being a little bit hesitant about whether we will actually be launching on that date is, I don't know if you guys know this, but when you put together the whole Kickstarter campaign behind the scenes, the last thing you do before you can launch it is you have to get your campaign approved by Kickstarter. And they say that the process can take anywhere up to 3 days. The first few Kickstarters that we ran, approval was almost instantaneous. We hit the button for submit and then it was like 30 seconds later, it said, great, you're approved. Go ahead and launch anytime you want. This last time we did a Kickstarter, for some reason, there was some internal problem on Kickstarter's end and we actually couldn't get approval to launch for more than 3 days. It actually took something like 5.5 days before we finally got our approval. It wasn't because there was anything with our campaign that was wrong. It was actually some problem on their end. So all that is to say, we are on track to be able to launch on Tuesday, March 24th. But I say, you know, the caveat of if Kickstarter can get us approved in time, we will be launching on that day. If for some reason we have another delay this time, we might be launching a couple days after that, but it shouldn't be more than a couple day delay based on our previous experience with this. In addition to picking our launch date, we also finally settled on how long of a campaign we want to do. We're going to do a 22-day campaign. So it winds up actually being 3 weeks long, but it includes both Tuesdays on either end. So again, looking to launch on Tuesday, March 24th, running the campaign through the end of the day, Tuesday, April 14th. Again, possibly subject to change, but those are our goals. And we bought a pretty big advertising package from Board Game Geek this time, and we've already picked our dates for that. So fingers crossed that we don't get thrown too far off by any kind of internal delay on Kickstarter's part. So that's the big question is when's the campaign? The next thing I wanted to talk about was the stretch goals. So in the last video that I did last week, I talked about how you guys changed my mind about stretch goals and we are going to be doing this, I think is really cool thing of being able to include additional monsters that have never been seen before in this game as our stretch goals. And last week I told you that Sean had found 13 extra monsters that no one's ever seen before. Well, get ready. He found even more. It turns out there's actually 26 extra monsters that no one has seen yet, which is really cool because that means we can actually do 2 13-card booster packs for Hand of Doom with these monsters if we can reach high enough on those stretch goals. So I'm super excited about that. So I laid out the initial idea about the stretch goals in last week's video, and I'll put a link to that. But what we're going to do is we're going to kind of carry on beyond that idea and keep going with more extra monsters if we can make it past that stretch goal I was talking about to make the booster pack for Hand of Doom. So that's super exciting. Obviously, more monsters, more fun, more stuff, right? And more playable content for Hand of Doom. So super excited about that one. Another question that I've gotten is for people that are just now getting into Dungeon Degenerates who don't actually own a whole bunch of the game and expansions and all of that stuff, if we're going to be doing any special pricing for the old stuff for this Kickstarter. And what we've come up with this time is we actually put together some different bundles. So we're going to make a bundle that's like, you can get the game and all of its expansions. Again, I'm talking about Hand of Doom, not about Dungeon Breakout. Dungeon Breakout is what we're focusing on with this Kickstarter, but so many people have asked about Hand of Doom content being available on the Dungeon Breakout Kickstarter, that we want to make that available to you guys as well. I know, especially for fans in Europe, it's really great to be able to get the combined discounted shipping through the Kickstarter and not have to pay import taxes on stuff like that. So we're going to be making a kind of like the player bundle where it's Hand of Doom and all of its playable expansions for one price, where we're knocking a whole bunch off if you buy it all together. We're also going to do a bundle of just the metal miniatures, because I know there's a lot of people who really get into painting the metal minis and they want to collect those. And, you know, here would be a great way to start doing that. We already have the book bundle. We're actually not going to be selling the books individually on this next Kickstarter. We're only going to do the combined bundle because that's what most people are buying anyhow, to be honest. And it makes it a lot easier for us if we're not having to deal with 10 different book items and we just have one instead. And, you know, we like to put them all together and then give you guys a nice discount for buying the whole thing. So we're going to be doing those cool bundles of stuff that we've already released in the past. And then the other bundle that we're going to be doing this time, we're actually going to make a pledge level, kind of like how we've done in the past couple of Kickstarters. And this pledge level is going to be for all you super fans out there who are completists who already own Hand of Doom and Mean Streets and the Adventurer expansion and the City Scum booster pack and all of that stuff, and you just want the new stuff for this Kickstarter. So we're going to make a special, a bundle and a pledge level that is, you know what, I just misspoke. Just a pledge level, not a bundle. The bundles are for add-ons. But that pledge level for the people who want just the new stuff is going to be Dungeon Breakout, of course. The Kickstarter exclusive miniature, which we will be doing for this campaign, and it is going to be the Slime Lord for this campaign. So if you have been collecting the Kickstarter exclusive miniatures, you're definitely going to want to get that one. We're going to have a pledge level that's just the Slime Lord miniature, if that's all you want. And then we're also going to have a pledge level that is, like I said, all the new stuff. So that includes Dungeon Breakout, the Slime Lord Kickstarter exclusive mini, and then we're also doing 2 new sets of monster minis with this Kickstarter. I can't remember which 8 monsters Sean has selected for these 2 new sets of minis, but he's already sent them off to Jason Fairclaw, our sculptor, and he's already been working on them. So I think Sean has even previewed an image of the Pickle Goblin miniature, the sculpt that Jason has done over on his Patreon. So you can check that out over there. We're pretty excited about being able to offer more metal minis. We know most people don't play with the metal minis, the monster ones necessarily, but you guys have told us loud and clear that you love collecting them and you love painting them and you love having them. So we want to make more of those for you. So like I said, there'll be a pledge level that includes those 2 new sets of monster minis, the Kickstarter exclusive mini, and then the brand new game that we're doing for this Kickstarter, which is Dungeon Breakout. So we're super excited about being able to offer that for you guys this time. And then the other really exciting thing that we're stoked about for this Kickstarter is, you know, we're going to be reusing some artwork from Hand of Doom, including we're going to be reusing the Adventurers. Now, this game, Dungeon Breakout, is a game for 2 to 6 players. So originally, I was going to include a punch board with 6 standees for you to choose your character and play. And then Sean pointed out that if you play a 6-person game and there's only 6 characters to choose from, the person who picks last is just kind of like, I just got the guy who nobody else picked. So even though the game is only designed for 6 players, we're actually going to include 8 standees in the game so that whoever's picking last and second to last still has some stuff to pick from. But we thought we would let you guys pick who the 8 adventurers are in Dungeon Breakout. So we're going to probably do a poll inside of the Kickstarter, I think is the easiest way to handle this. Let me know if you have another suggestion. We did the very first Kickstarter we did for Hand of Doom originally. We included a bunch of Poll Daddy polls in that, and that seemed to go okay. But if you guys know of a better polling website or a better way to get this feedback from you to us, let me know. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and let you guys, the fans, pick which adventurers wind up in Dungeon Breakout. And, you know, go ahead and pick based on the character design alone, because the different adventurers don't actually get to bring like their strengths and items and all of that stuff into Dungeon Breakout. Like I've said before, it's a simpler game. And so it's more just like, which cool guy do you want to play with? Personally, I always pick the Void Witch. So I would love to see the Void Witch wind up in Dungeon Breakout as one of the playable characters. But like I said, I'm going to leave it to you guys because I think that's a really fun way to decide who gets to be the playable characters in this game. And who better to decide than the people who've been hanging out playing with these weirdos and freaks all along for the last few years, right? That's kind of it for this time. I'm going to wrap it up here, but I just wanted to update you guys on the new developments and especially the dates potential for the Kickstarter itself. Of course, we are trying to get some of that first day momentum with the Kickstarter. So, you know, if you're planning on backing the Kickstarter, please come in on day one and pledge on day one. And that way we can get a really great start where, you know, if we can just smash our initial funding goal right away, it's like Kickstarter will show our campaign to even more people. So it's a really good way for you guys to help us kind of get the ball rolling on it. Of course, sharing a social link will be helpful as well. And we are still going to do some kind of social sharing stretch goal in the campaign. We haven't quite got that all the way mapped out yet, but that will be an element that's in there. So yeah, I will definitely update again next week with another episode of my vlog to let you guys know more stuff that we're filling in and figuring out as we get a little bit closer to launch. And hopefully I'll be able to confirm for you that the launch date is March 24th coming right up. So watch this space for more updates. Meanwhile, thank you for watching this space. Thank you for your comments and feedback. We really appreciate it. And I will be back in 2 more days with another episode of my vlog. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.